Dark Rangers. They're meant to be stronger, faster, and better than any Power Ranger out there. But if you were to put all the evil Power Rangers in one place and they were all to battle each other, who would come out winning? Well, let's talk about it. Yo, what's up everybody, it's Este here and welcome back to another video, and I have one question for everyone, that being, who is the strongest Dark Ranger? Now I know Dark Rangers are some of the best parts of Power Rangers because I know as soon as a Dark Ranger comes on screen, I know that the Power Rangers are gonna be whooped. Sincerely, they're gonna get their butts kicked and it's gonna be great. But I really wanna know, there's so many different evil Rangers in history, that who is the strongest in the game? I'm gonna get to my prediction in a second, but 1,500 likes and I'll do more videos just like this one. I've done a lot of videos like this in the past actually. I actually just did one where I talked about who's the strongest 6 Ranger. If you're interested in that, go check it out. I also did one about the Red Ranger too. Link in the description for both of them. Also, if this is your first time watching, it's very nice to meet you. I'm Este. Be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you join the E-Squad today, because I love the E-Squad to death. E-Squad's the best fan base in the Power Rangers world, okay? New Power Ranger videos every single week. I'm sure you don't want to miss them. So before I get to who I think is the strongest evil Ranger, I really think we need to talk about some contenders, some very strong ones at that. The first one being Korag from Power Rangers Mystic Force. Now, at least for a good chunk of the season, Korag was one of the main villains of the season. And for good reason. He is violent and very ruthless. He also has one of the coolest suits of all time. By the way, an evil, purple, mysterious, like the outlines just look spiky in general. He was a nightmare, okay? He was literally just described in the series as one of the strongest warriors of all time, and we saw that throughout the show. The suit itself is also very strong, right? It's very thick, and like I said, like the outline is very spiky, and like you don't want to touch it because you know you're just gonna get slapped out of here. And all that goes along with his super strength, super agility, and leaping powers. Also, may I remind you, this is a show about magic, so he also has some dark magic abilities that he uses against the Rangers as well. He can literally summon portals and energy barriers just to stop anybody. More specifically the Rangers, to stop the Rangers. He also has some of the coolest weapons ever, like he has a combo of weapons, that being the Shield of Darkness and the Dark Sword. He's also one of the only evil Rangers on this list to have his own Megazord combination, which is himself. Yes, we have the horse-like form, the Centaur Megazord, where he combines with his sidekick Catastros, which, by the way, Catastros, the best sidekick an evil Ranger can have, by the way. And then you have the catastrophic Centaurus Wolf Megazord, which kind of just looks like his shield in a way. Very cool. However, Korag eventually turned good in a way. His host did. He joined the Mystic Rangers as Lian Bo and the newly installed Wolf Warrior, which is Korag but in red. And in my opinion, there are just some evil Rangers that do it better in Korag in some ways. One of them being the more recent Blaze and Roxy from Power Rangers Beast Morphers. I think these guys are a very underrated pick. I think they have a chance to be the strongest. And also they got more powerful throughout the season, right? So first they were some evil avatars, and then they were evil robots. So that's the come up. And as they were clones of the original Blaze and Roxy, who were meant to be in the original Beast Morphers team, they have a lot of Power Ranger elements in them. Those first suits that we saw in Beast Morphers were exclusive to our show, and they were red and yellow. Also, Blaze's suit, as you can tell, is an evil Red Ranger suit, not even like our Red Ranger suit. Like, it's just a straight up evil version. Like, it's a darker shade of red, and it just looks cooler, alright? It just looks like a villain. Just it's like Korag, more like the Wolf Warrior, but I guess sleeker and more high-tech. I like that. Then when they turned into robots, Blaze gained a new form, and Roxy gained a different color version of her previous form, but this one is purple. They also have a lot of powers already in them. They have their super speed, they can summon Tronics whenever they want. They have really good hand-to-hand combat. They're really good with swords and blasters and weapons and all of the swords. And also, as robots, they gain the ability to basically come back whenever they want, because they can just come back, just rebuild. Boop, 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 boop. That was a sound effect I used for a robot being built, and just get back into action and try to destroy the Rangers. And this made them very strong opponents, which made it very easy for them to come back into battle whenever they please. Yes, it made them weaker in a way if you think about it, but that endurance factor is just super important. They were enemies of the Rangers for 2 years, and some villains can't say that. Some villains get destroyed in 1, just so you know. But in terms of who is the strongest Power Rangers evil Ranger villain, that's a long title, I have these 3, with the first one being the A-Squad Rangers. The A-Squad Rangers were the first team of SPD Power Rangers, and they were the top of the line essentially, being the best of the Academy. And we would see throughout the series how they cleverly became one of the most snarkiest evil rangers of all time, even though they are copies of the in-space suits, like 1-to-1. Actually, just the helmets. They have armor now. That armor is actually tough to beat, making the E Squad a very worthy opponent for the lesser versions of them, the B Squad, the SPD Power Rangers. With that armor that they have on actually being comparable to what the SPD B Squad has in their SWAT mode. They also have these large laser blasters, right? So that's also a big line of defense. They also have their own little Megazord thing. It doesn't even look like a Megazord, it just looks like an evil Zord. That's how cool they are. It also has a drill mode. I don't see the SPD Delta Squad Megazord turning into a drill and going under the city and all that. I don't see that. But at the end of the day, these are just like humans or aliens in some cases. And they can get destroyed, right? They can straight get destroyed or just be sent to one of those containment cars. So we're looking for someone who can just come back again and again and get stronger with each iteration. And for that, we have, in my opinion, the second strongest Evil Ranger, those being the Psycho Rangers. Now, these are probably the most iconic team of Evil Rangers, right? They're created by Astronema to be exact copies of the In-Space Rangers, which they were for a second, but then they have their little evil forms, you know what I'm saying? And like Blaze and Roxy, they were counterparts of the original team, which can keep coming back again and again to just keep whooping the Rangers. They even came back in team-ups, y'all. But these guys are real killers, alright? They're designed to be destroyed. They have tracking technology in them, energy and memory absorption, as well as their teleportation abilities, and each one also has a monster form, so when they grow big and the Rangers gotta go in the Megazord, the Psycho Rangers have their own monster form, alright? So they can even disguise as humans, right? Have their own monster form and their regular Ranger form disguised as the In-Space Rangers. Like, what can they not do? Well, maybe destroy the Power Rangers, that's one. But regardless, the Psycho Rangers always gets the upper hand. And now, before I get into my #1 pick as who's the strongest Ranger, I do have some honorable mentions. One of those being the White Dino Thunder Ranger. Although starting on evil and later on becoming a good guy, the White Ranger proved to be a hardcore enemy to the Dino Thunder team. With super speed, teleportation, camouflage, as well as his weapon, the Drago Sword, that shoots laser arrows, by the way, let's not forget that. He was a real threat to the team. And someone who else was a real threat to the team was Tommy Oliver, not the Black Dino Thunder Ranger, when he first popped on the scene as the evil Green Ranger, who beat down the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for 5 episodes straight. With his Dragon Dagger, the Sword of Darkness, he had a lot to take him down with. Especially considering he has the Dragon Sword by his side, and he also can grow big himself. He grew big at one time to fight the Rangers in the Megazord as a giant Green Ranger, which honestly made him the perfect user to destroy the Rangers. But speaking of Tommy, the strongest Evil Ranger in my opinion is Tommy himself, not the green version of Tommy, but Lord Draken. He's the Ranger that's done the most, and probably the villain that's done the most too. Lord Draken managed to destroy cities, countries, and flat out universes in the Power Rangers comics. He's an older version of our fave Tommy Oliver, from a universe when he decided to stay full-time evil. And he's smarter and faster than any Ranger we've seen before. And he created this cool looking form by combining both the Green Ranger powers and the White Ranger powers, and just added some evil spice to it, you know what I'm saying? That's how you make the Lord Draken form. His final form also is one of the most powerful forms seen in Power Rangers history, being able to manage life as we know it. Yeah, Lord Draken also had the ability to manipulate just straight up realities, just make him to what he wants. He has his own world, you know, the world of the coinless. Besides that, he just put in cracks, you know what I'm saying? He just straight up broke the timeline, broke the multiverse. Like, no one has managed to do that. He managed to destroy whole teams of Rangers as well as destroy flat out realities. No one has managed to do it like Draken. And he's the only choice for the most powerful evil Ranger of all time. Is that a little cheating, I think, because it's a version of Tommy? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you have other picks on who is the most evil, most powerful Dark Ranger of all time? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, DonFuego. I'm also on Instagram, not Don Fuego. E Squad, love you to death. Hope you're having a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at. And of course, and as always, stay awesome, everybody.